moving across the country and I don't know how many hours across the ocean to a little island of Hawaii. Tell me a little bit like what was going through your head? What were the emotions like, right? You take this leap of faith to follow someone that you deeply care about and now you're married to. Take us to that moment. Tell us a little bit more.
Well, it certainly was about, I'd lived in Italy. And so I was used to being at that point, I had really stretched and grown those muscles of the independent version of myself and what they look like. And so Hawaii, although was away from my sister, my family, we didn't feel like I couldn't do it because I had proof that I could do it. Where the difficulty came from was I didn't have a job. So I just finished grad school. And so there's a lot of conversations between myself and my now husband of let's make this work. I'm moving over there. It's very expensive. We are now roommates. I cannot afford to live by myself. And so we went from, dating to living together by necessity for that situation. And so it was a very conscious decision to decide to be together, but it certainly was 0 to 90. So
I would love to highlight the lesson in that. And the lesson I would like to call out and emphasize is the idea that you had confidence, some amount of confidence to go to Hawaii because Italy, like you had survived Italy. You had lived through it. You found out that you didn't die, it worked out, and you had a blast in Italy. And I think that's a lesson for so many of us that are neurodivergent when we're unsure about trying a new food, going to a new city, or, changing a career. It's like, is this going to work? And sometimes we don't even have the evidence ourselves in our own lives that we will be successful, that we will survive. But we can take stories like Darcy's and say, you know what? It worked for her. Maybe it could work for me. And so that's just one lesson I want to really pull out and emphasize that if you're in those moments where you're not sure that something could work out, either look to your own life, try to find other examples, or look at the examples of other people's lives and say, hey, maybe it could work for me too. So thank you
yeah,
for sharing
I
that.
thank you. I think it was one of those situations where the risk reward was very high, right? Like there was no it was very risky, but I knew that the potential payoff was falling in love and being with the person who was my best friend and the person I desperately wanted to be in a relationship with.